This is the great legend. I'm coming at you live tonight, fans, with the CWoodard19 October Read subscriber contest. Jason versus Leatherface. Man, back in 1995, 96, Topps Comics came out with a 3-part series, a little mini series called Jason versus Leatherface. I remember going to Ken and Tanya's shop. Hated those people because they ripped a lot of us off. Partly of the reason why I didn't go to the mom and pop stores and went to the big boys, where the big boys played, like Lone Star Comics back in the day. Because Ken and Tanya, man, they were taking us for all our money, man. Ripping us off. Putting Superman 75 on the wall following day for like $75? What the hell's going on? So I had to drop them like a bad habit. It didn't ever go back there. And of course, that shit show shut down because they were ripping off every MFer in town. The legend is live just like you love it. YouTube.com/RDowdy95, where the legend's coming at you live with comics, cooking, gaming, and the truth. And we're going to be talking about the truth tonight about one of my good friends, the CWood19. Hashtag Dare to Defy. Hashtag Newsstand. Damn, hot diggity damn. Before we get started, let's see who farted and open up the chat. The chat's really hopping tonight. We got 3 people in the house. We got my sister from another blister. We got Cat Wren Figures. I know she's a big horror fan. Not a horror fan. She don't want no horrors. She wants horror. We're going to give you some horror here tonight. We're even going to be taking a look inside of the book. I know some don't like looking in the books. I know I don't. We got the guy, the man of the hour, the one with the power, the 1-9. He is so fine. I'm talking about CWoodard19. Hey, yo. And then Mr. Gretzky, I hate ads. Man, so do I, dude. They suck. You know, tell that bastard who put the ads on front of this video to go suck a big bag of some, brother. Those bastards. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go over my October reads. But first, before I do, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the CWoodard19 subscriber contest he's got going on. The month of October over there on the CWoodard19 is October reads, man. So CWoodard19, each day of this month, Deadtober is what I call it. October is what he calls it. He is going to be taking a look in a book, reading Rainbow Style of R. Burton, because the man is hurting. He's going to be putting on a little bit of that jerkin while y'all be pulling back the curtain so y'all can know what he's got to flow on the down low, what he's reading. He's going to tell you a little more. Damn. Whore. More and whore, that rhyme. I know, cheap rhyme, sorry. But, man, y'all are getting it here, man. Y'all get it live all the time. I said, damn. We may not have much in the chat, but we got the best people in the chat because they know where it's at, and it's at the Great Legend Show. You don't watch for the damn Wiz 2s or the FF1s or the slabs or any of that other crap. You're here to watch the LEG to the END. That's right, my friends, and that is me. The Great Legend is live. But he's got some kick-ass reviews out already. He dropped a nice Punisher review. I don't remember what issue it was. I haven't listened to that one yet. But I've listened to all of the ones up until this point, and they've all been phenomenal. He's been giving them great ratings. The Ghostbusters, though, Mr. Gretzky, Ghostbusters Ninja Turtles, took a little hit on the reviews. They got 3 of 5 because they weren't keeping it live. They weren't keeping it real. They had too damn many artists on the book, and that was too much for Woodard to take on the looks. So he loved it, though. I mean, you know, Krang's going to get multidimensional. You know, I love alternate realities, and Krang always opens up other realities. It's probably his damn fault that we have the Mandela effect. But I don't want to get too off track, because at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, we have Modern Men live on the Comic Core. Video and subscription link is down below to see the Modern Men do what they do best. And I've got I think I do have I don't know if I have the Infinite Crisis box over here. I'm sure it's over here close to me, because I remember whipping out that Jaime Reyes. And man, y'all are going to want to see Infinite Crisis, of course, the 80-page Countdown Infinite Crisis where Maxwell Lord shot Blue Beetle. That's the one I read, and I was like, oh my God, what an ending, man. Oh, no spoilers, though. All right, let's get to my October reads for my buddy Carson here. I was also going to unbox a humongous box for Carson, but I didn't do it because I'm going to save that for another video, and that way Carson gets 2 Great Legend videos for the month of October. That's my boy. That's Carson. That's the CWood19. But back in 95 here and on into the 96, I want to say maybe they came out every 2 months, but we had Jason versus Leatherface. Now, this isn't Leatherface's first appearance in comics by any means, but it was so freaking cool. When I went to Ken and Tanya's, I was looking through the previews book, the big old catalog, and I saw this in there, and I was like, dude, when is this coming out? I mean, I think they had pushed it back to 1995 or something. I don't quite remember, but I remember seeing this cover in there, and I was like, dude, I've got to have this series. I want this book so bad. But then I never went back to that shop to get it. Years later, eBay came out. Old Legend got the eBay account in maybe 97. I always get my eBay and Amazon account mixed up. Either 97 I got the eBay account. No, Amazon account. I had the Amazon account earlier because I bought a book called Shadows of the Empire the summer my brother passed away. Steve Perry, Shadows of the Empire. Great freaking book. Of course, the N64 game also came out. Kick-ass. So I must have had the Amazon account first. But I bought this one off the bay. I also bought, of course, issue 2 and issue 3. And we'll show you these issues in more in depth in the covers. But right now we're going to talk about Jason versus Leatherface #1. Man, I ain't got them big ass hands like Carson. Well, Carson be going, I be palming that damn thing like Michael Jordan on The Last Dance, because that damn show was pretty good. I saw all the episodes of Last Dance, the Michael Jordan and Bulls documentary from the 90s. Love 90s basketball. Don't get me going or flowing on another filibuster of 90s basketball, because that was the best damn games ever. But this is Jason versus Leatherface. The story starts out talking, a little narrator's talking about Camp Crystal Lake, and the camp is all run down. It's like crap, you know, like signs falling down. There's a ton of green sludge and just ooze, if you will, for the Ninja Turtle fans out there. There's tons of that crap in Camp Crystal Lake. What else is in Camp Crystal Lake? Well, you guess. Wait. I want to show you some graphics here real quick of this thing, and I hope there's no ads, because this website's known to have ads on it. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, I have it turned off. Hold on. You got to turn this one off, because on this website you may get some ads that pop up that you don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? But you got the old school Camp Crystal Lake, and then, you know, they're saying days have gone past. You know, there's no more counselors here. There's no more, you know, fun times here. There's no more kids here. The place is ran down because the presence of Jason, of course, you see in that picture, that panel there, the presence of Jason looms over Camp Crystal Lake. It's like a bad omen, bad luck. But, well, you know, that stuff stays the same. Look on the bottom one. You get a factory, right? In the factory, you can see it's dumping all of its gross chemicals into Camp Crystal Lake. And then you go a little further, and of course you see the chains wrapped around his leg. Here he is. He's still got the machete in his hands. Like, huh? I mean, take the fucking machete out of the man's hands when you tying his ass down to the lake. And then you get this one right here. You get the first close-up of Jason. And the title of the story is called Going South. I mean, going freaking south, man. Let's take a look at the chat real quick while we talk about this. But yeah, solid artwork, 90s art, great style. Mr. Gretzky does bring up Kirby did work at Topps before he died. I think it was maybe the last of Kirby's. Legends looking at the horse. Yes, I am. Shit, yeah, so it's called Going South. You get another scene where there's a couple of guys talking in a boardroom, and they want to build this Crystal Lake Vista business tower. Some big-ass tower they want to build on the lake. They want to have a high-rise there, office buildings, but they need to get that damn Crystal Lake cleaned up, and they want to make it look nice. And so they hire this guy, this, like, dude that burns the midnight oil, some scam guy, you know, he doesn't really do a good job, but he dredges the lake. He scoops the lake out of all the crap in the lake and all the dirty crap in the lake, and he loads it onto his boat. And of course the boat loads all that crap, and then in the net, you know what happens in that damn net, man. They sweep up old this actual page is pretty good, because not only does they sweep up Jason himself, machete still in hand. You get this old dude here, and he said, "You're fools, all of you. You'll wake him up with all this mucking about." And they're like, "Wake up, who?" Jason, that's who. When he said Jason, that's who I think about. I think about the guy on the Reavers or whatever his name was, and the guy goes, "It's the Warriors. The Warriors did it. The Warriors killed Cyrus." I think about that. But it's like, Jason, that's who. He's been living in blah, 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 blah. And, you know, he says the normal shit. It's the normal classic old man from Jason. Or, you know, the one I think from part 1 or 2. Cat knows for sure. But it's that kind of style. So they load this sludge in this tank in a train car, and then we have this guy here. We got this hobo getting in the train car, right? He's got a little dog with him. Whoopty. Got his dog in there. And then out of the top of that train car, boom, you know Jason, he's coming. And that dude stops playing his harmonica because he know the shit's gonna get real. And then look at that. I'm not gonna show you too much of this. Uh-oh. Will 5G radiation kill us? Fucking pop-ups, man. You know how we roll with it on readonline.to. But anyways, man, I didn't want to open up my things. I'm actually getting this book pressed and cleaned and graded. So I'm slabbing it. Anyway, so Jason comes in. He cuts his freaking hand off. Dude. cuts his freaking hand off, and then he's not done there. Jason, whack, he cuts his head off, and then the little dog, well, the dog tries to bite Jason's leg, and then Jason takes him and goes, whoom, just cuts the dog completely in half, blood everywhere. Jason makes his way further into that train that he's on. He kills 2 guys playing cards. He pretty much backhands one, and it turns the dude's head around like freaking Linda Blair on Exorcist, man. And then the other guy takes this freaking club or something and tries to bang on the back of Jason. Jason kind of does this little look like, what, something just hit me. And then all of a sudden, he takes that machete and goes, whoom, and it cuts him right down the middle. Classic Jason. And then, of course, the actual train guy driving the train, Jason grabs him by the bottom teeth, like mandible claw style, but he yanks his whole body and just throws the whole body. And all you do, it's classic Friday the 13th. All you see is blood splatter all up against the train. God damn it, it's 8:50. But anyways, Jason makes the whole train freaking explode, and just all out awesome picture where he's just walking away from it all, man. It's so kick-ass. And Carson, you'll have to watch this on the rewind because I know you got Modern Men coming up. But I can't stop because the legend don't ready. He ain't ready for the mic to drop. So I'm going to keep going and the rhymes will keep flowing. But we'll make it through it. I'll speed through. I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of the artwork here. Let's check that chat real quick while I get some more artwork going. We go into Jason is now going to this little area in the woods where he gets to. Let me cut back to it. I keep cutting out on it, but it says, howdy, welcome to Sawyerville. Of course, Kat knows that the Sawyers were the name of the family. Of course, you got to find out that name, I think, in TCM2. Classic Dennis Hopper. Classic. But so then this one guy's running through the forest because he's running from a cannibalistic family. So let me get to the good stuff. So he pretty much runs into Jason. Jason has the machete. He's ready to kill this dude. And then all of a sudden, look what we got here, Bubba. Another ingredient. So you got the hitchhiker. And the hitchhiker doesn't look anything like the hitchhiker from the first movie. It's not good at all, fans. Let me show you the artwork here for this hitchhiker. And then I'll just speed along. But the hitchhiker, look at him. He's got those overalls on. He doesn't look anything like the hitchhiker. But then Leatherface comes through with the hitchhiker. And then the guy in the background, he's like, oh, God, no. So then you finally get the face-off with Leatherface and Jason. And it's a pretty freaking legit battle. Let me get my, turn this off real quick. But there you get this picture here. Chainsaw versus machete. I loved this page here. This page here kind of sets up the issue 1 or the final part of issue 1. So they're both going at it, and all of a sudden Jason knocks the chainsaw out of Leatherface's hand. And then what happens is you think Jason's going to raise the machete, right, at Leatherface, but all of a sudden he just turns and cuts the guy that was running away, cuts him right here. So you got the top part of the skull with the teeth, and then on the body it's the bottom of the head. And then so hitchhiker's like, hey, this guy's pretty cool. So the hitchhiker takes him to the cook, and they're gonna have that guy for a meal. But and the cook and the hitchhiker and Leatherface are brothers. Like in the movie, the cook was a lot older. They're gonna have that nice meal, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, y'all got a good one there, bring it in. Hitchhiker's got the little head and Leatherface has the body. And then Hitchhiker starts making fun of Leatherface. He's like, yeah, this dummy dropped his chainsaw against this guy, blah, blah, blah. And he's kind of making fun of Leatherface. So Leatherface, and he runs upstairs and goes crying. And what happens, Jason kind of feels sorry for Leatherface, And he goes up and checks on Leatherface in his bedroom. And when he goes up and checks on Leatherface's bedroom, he sees that Leatherface isn't wearing the leather mask. And, he can kind of tell that, hey, this guy's kind of like me. He wears a mask to cover up a disfigured face. So Jason kind of has emotion there. He kind of has emotion, and it talks about in the narrative that he has emotion that he hasn't really felt before for another person because he's so used to killing people, but he kind of feels a little emotion and feels kind of sorry for Jason. So finally, they all, Jason, holds out his hand, does one of those friend gimmicks, and then they go eat supper and have a pretty good supper down there with the cook, and they get introduced to this big old Aunt Amelia, and she's just a real big girl. She's a big girl that that's eating at the table, and they wheel and deal old Grandpa down there because you got to have Grandpa. Let me scroll down and I'll bring up the other issue real quick, issue 2, and I'll bring this issue out. So that was the end of issue 2, or the end of issue 1. This one's issue 2 real quick right here. So it starts out with this issue. Jason is dreaming of just being a kid, drowning, thinking back about, the Camp Crystal Lake stuff. And I love this cover. It's that Norma Rockwell Thanksgiving cover, but they're actually doing the whole, dead bodies and stuff right there. And what happens is Jason's asleep, so I think it's the cook that goes up there and wakes him up for breakfast. And then what happens is they come down, he eats breakfast, and then after breakfast, it's time to hunt for some more meat. Now, on the truck, the truck of this, let me show you the cook real quick. This is so funny and stupid at the same time. I mean, this is so freaking 90s, and it's so like Leatherface, Jason, they're all eating at the table, they're eating breakfast, and Hitchhiker's having fun. He decides to flick some food over at the cook, and the cook is pretty cool looking. Ooh, little ad there, I gotta blank that one out. It's pretty screwed up. But let me god dang get to this thing. I need one of those stream decks so I can just click a button. But Jason, I'm going to show you what Jason does here. So the cook kind of smacks him in the face, or Hitchhiker. And then Hitchhiker says, "Damn it, Leatherface, this is all your fault." And he starts whipping. This is the first time. Hitchhiker's going to get 3 strikes, and then he's done. So he smacks Leatherface around. And then if you look real close at this panel here, goddamn lousy freak, Jason is remembering back to where his father abused him. So that was kind of the first one that Jason let slip by. After that, they want to go, Cook shows him the kitchen, all the meat. Cook talks about how he wants to open up one of those fancy French restaurants. And then it's really funny, but it is so stupid. I thought this was so good back in the 90s, but rereading it, it's so god-awful. But you got to love it. It's one of those Joe Bob's classics. And, he's saying it's all in the meat. Saying, a lot of these things that they said in the movies, they're saying it here. And so Cook needs more meat. He's got to have some more stuff. So instead of Hitchhiker taking Leatherface, the cook wants Jason to go because, Leatherface kind of screwed up, dropping his chainsaw and stuff. So Leatherface is going to stay behind in the kitchen and help cook, but that gets Leatherface real sad. Leatherface starts crying. So what happens is the Hitchhiker and Jason go off, and they run into a couple that get lost, of course. They're a middle-aged couple, and then freaking Hitchhiker does one of those, get that hammer out of nowhere and hits the guy over the back of the head, and then Jason grabs the chick. The chick runs into Jason, and he just grabs her and then cracks the neck. Hitchhiker's pissed at Jason because he's like, "Jason, what are you doing? This was a female. We were supposed to play with the victims, blah, 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 blah." So they get back to there, and they drop off some more meat for Cook. And while they're doing that, the Hitchhiker shows Jason his room of collectibles. It's so funny because this is Comic Book Community 101. So Hitchhiker has a room of collectibles, kind of like you saw on TCM1, where you see chairs made out of bones. They got like lamps made out of bones. They got all this kind of crap made out of bones, skulls, parts, nasty stuff. And what happens is Leatherface comes in. Let me get this one for you. You're going to like this one. Leatherface comes in. I got to scroll down. And Leatherface freaking breaks this chair. He does like the little bear, the little baby bear who breaks that chair. And so Leatherface sits down in the chair, and the chair just like breaks. And he's like, Leatherface, you stupid, clumsy son of a bitch. Are you E.T. up with the dumbass or what? Didn't I tell you to stay the hell out of my workshop? Look at what you done to Grandpa's chair. And then all this kind of stuff. And then right when the guy's smacking around Leatherface, Jason, remembers when the dad was smacking him around. And he remembers Doris. Cat loves her some Doris. And Doris had a machete, and all of a sudden, Doris kills the man with the machete. So she kills, I guess, Jason's dad or abusive father, and he gets that flashback. So Jason grabs the hitchhiker's hand, and he stops the hitchhiker's hand. Hitchhiker's pretty fucking pissed, but Jason just throws Hitchhiker up against the wall, and then Jason holds out his hand to help Leatherface up. So still, that's strike 2 on Hitchhiker. Hitchhiker said, that doesn't faze me. Hitchhiker gets the pocket knife out, starts stabbing his hand, kind of like Hitchhiker did in the first movie in the back of the van. And then Hitchhiker grabs his pocket knife and stabs Jason, and then Jason's about to just go ahead and kill Hitchhiker. This time, Leatherface stops Hitchhiker. And then after that, Jason and Leatherface just leave. Of course, Hitchhiker says, this is all your fault, blaming it on him again. And then you get... that kind of ends that story. They go back in, and it's about supper time. Now, this is issue number 3. This is the final issue. I'm almost done. Jason versus Leatherface, issue number 3. This issue was the final issue of this series. It was a good issue. But we start out, now they're all eating supper at the supper table. Cold chilling. They bring old Grandpa down because they got to get Grandpa. You do get to see Grandma up in issue 2, so Grandma is around there, and you get to see that Jason sees the family. Oh God, here's one of the last ones I'm going to show you here. This is classic. This is the 3rd time right here. The story goes pretty quick after this. 3rd time. Here he goes. You've been reading my funny books again, haven't you? Look at that one. That's that Iron Man #1. I know some of y'all have that book at home. Don't tell me you didn't do it. Them's your fingerprints all over the cover. Freaky classic, dude. Freaky classic. So there we go again. Hitchhiker gets the pocket knife, and he takes a nick out of Leatherface's shoulder. Jason grabs him, throws his ass, because Jason is really protecting Leatherface. This time again, the little hitchhiker tries to stab Jason. This time actually stabs Jason in the chest. Jason rips the knife out, throws it to the ground, and this is it. This was strike 3, Hitchhiker fucking with Jason. Jason's done. Jason starts chasing the shit out of Hitchhiker. Jason cuts the ant's head off. There was that big ant at the table. He cuts her head off. And then you get this image here where the cook takes a meat cleaver and wham, he goes after Jason in the back. And then they run to the kitchen. They slam that freaking metal door that was classic. Jason's busting through. Jason's there. He's about to kill him. But anyways, he hears that sound. Leatherface is coming to the rescue. He busts through the door. And, we're off to the races. So we get a little battle here. Leatherface versus Jason. Leatherface takes a slice out of Jason. He sees the blood. Jason's like, I'm freaking done. And then they go to town there and just start fighting. And then I'll stop it there. I don't want to give y'all too much because y'all need to go out and buy these off eBay or something. But what happens is after that, it looks like Jason's about to come back because Jason's cut Leatherface in the shoulder. He's cut Leatherface on the wrist almost all the way through, cut the limbs off. But Leatherface has just got more flesh. Then the hammer out of nowhere, Hitchhiker from the back, wham, just bangs freaking Jason's head. Blood starts oozing out of Jason's head. Jason goes down, and they take the body to some lake that's close to their place. And what they do is they tie ropes around him, which is really stupid. They tie ropes around him. They put cinder blocks. They drop him in the lake. And he sinks down, but after a while he wakes up in the water, and it talks about how he's always looking at the moon through the top of the water and stuff like that, and how now he just wants to get back to Camp Crystal Lake. So finally he cuts the ropes off, buried with the machete. They actually buried it on his chest with the ropes around it, but he gets it, cuts it away, and then he, I guess, heads back to Camp Crystal Lake. But anyway, it's Jason versus Leatherface, issue 3. So you got the third issue, you got the second issue, you got the first issue. These are all very fine to near mint, probably 9.0s, probably could be 8.5s. I don't really see any spine ticks, maybe 1 or 2, but I'm going to get these graded. Hopefully they'll come back in the 9 range. But I loved it when I was reading it as a youngster, but as an adult, I just have to laugh because so much of it is just they take from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. You know what's going to happen, and I had more fun with it than anything. So on the CWoodard19 October reads, I'll go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. And I'm going to check the chat one last time, man. Thank you, Mr. Gretzky. CWoodard, of course, was in there. Chris Barrett, man, thank you so much. Dude, I think y'all looks more like Leatherface, Hitchhiker, TCM3. Yeah, it could. I mean, I haven't seen that Leatherface movie in a long time, the part 3. Chainsaw always wins, Gretzky says. Grandpa on his liquid diet, yep. Reminds me of an Adventure Bayou Billy 90s. Awful comics that are just so silly and fun. So, total 90s. That was not Jason's first appearance in comics, of course. Cat Wren, the proud owner of a North Star Press, I believe that was the name of it. Leatherface #1. I had to get rid of that one. It was just too bloody if the kids ever had seen that. But here again, you never know. I may have that around somewhere. I'm pretty sure I sold it in the auction. I sold the whole set 1 through 4. But Cat, definitely keep your #1. If you look in the Overstreet price guide, it should be under, when you look at that book, that's one of those that'll say scarce or rare in the price guide. So make sure you keep that book and then try to get your issues 2, 3, and 4, or buy them as a lot. The thing about it is, Cat, no one really knows the value of that title. I mean, not a lot of you, the horror fans, yourself included, y'all aren't going to sell that set because it's so rare, so scarce. Low print run on that thing. I know I don't spec about this kind of stuff. I mean, these kind of books were written by fans for the fans. These are just classic, fun reads, horror. Like I said, I give it a 4 out of 5. You can find them all on eBay.com. The Leatherface 1 through 4. You can get the Jason versus Leatherface comic as well. And even those, I think there's probably not many of these out there either. I mean, Topps Comics, not a big publisher by any means back in the 90s, but man, it was fun. And what was really cool, and I didn't read it that much, but at the end, you have the writers of the comics. The writer, of course, her name's Nancy Collins, and she did good. I mean, she really brought it back to where it needed to be, Nancy Collins. And then the artwork by Jeff Butler, Steve Montano, and Simon Beasley on all the other extras. But Jason versus Leatherface for the CWoodard19 October Reads subscriber contest. He's 4 away, man. He's 4 away from hitting that big 500. So let's make sure he gets 500 by October 31st. So if you're watching this on the rewind, you're a fan of Jason versus Leatherface, horror comics, make sure you go check out CWoodard19's October Reads. You'll be freaking glad you did. I mean, it's just, he's got a great thing going on over there. Real quick, we'll go ahead and we'll go over there ourselves to see the CWoodard19 real quick and see what he's got going on with this October Reads. And I'll tell you a little bit about the contest as well, how you can enter the contest and how you can get involved with these October Reads here. Let's close that off. Can we close that off? Because I want to close that part off. There we go. I don't want to advertise. There's a lot of live shows going on right now. So take a look over here. So you got the CWoodard19 here, 496 subs. There's all of his October Reads. He's got an October Reads playlist here. that has all of his stuff. Ooh, he's got a private video. I wonder what that is. But all the reads, and if you watch these reviews, they're really short reviews. They're freaking excellent. He did a great job. I mean, he's a reader first, collector second. Actually, I think he's probably both all in one. He's the new school version of Howler Mouse, pretty much. You know, finds the great deals, got his October reads. Make sure you go back in time through his videos, though, and watch his October Reads subscriber contest video right here. That way you're going to get all the rules, you know, 18 and older, all that good stuff. Ships to U.S. We'll ship to Canada if you pay, you know, that extra money. But he's a great channel. He's one of the members of the Comic Corps. He's a brother. He's a Shield brother. I mean, I can't say enough good things about the CWoodard19. He loves wrestling, action figures, all pop culture. He loves Open Field John Smith. He loves it all, man. And he's a great friend of mine. And I really appreciate if each and every one of you that are watching this on the rewind, make sure you go over there, check out CWoodard19. You'll be glad you did. You'll learn a lot of stuff from watching his channel. And he's just a great guy overall, man. Love you, CWood. Congratulations. You're going to hit 500, no doubt about it. And if you're interested in the contest, make sure you check out in the video description down below. I have the link to the contest video. I also have the link where you can just go over to the CWood19 and sub him up. And I have the link for Comic Corps because they are live right now on Modern Men, where they're reviewing Infinite Crisis. So you're going to get to see the end of Ted Kord, but you're going to get to see the emergence of Jaime Reyes, the Blue Beetle. So make sure you check that out tonight. Again, Gretzky Cat, Chris Barrett, all the folks that stopped by to see the great legend go live. Who else did we have in the chat? Anyone else? Just my main Flav. That's my Flav, my main four. Chris Barrett, Mr. Gretzky, Cat Wren, CWoodard19. Thank y'all so much for watching this video tonight. And we're going to see y'all next time on Down the Line here on the Great Legend Show. This is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.
Thank you.